my live. My name is Joyce Fields. I am 81 years old or 81 years young, and I do YouTube lives. This is my last week doing my YouTube lives. 4 a.m., so 90-minute live. 4 a.m. I usually go to around 5:30. Now, I am a TikTok live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. In September this year, TikTok started to changing their violations rules for community guideline stuff. And so I thought that it was too restrictive. But so I'm still on TikTok. I have over 50,000 followers on TikTok, getting new followers every single day, all day long. And so they got so restrictive that that was what I thought at the time. And so I changed my lives to YouTube, but I still post to TikTok just about every single day. So I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th. And I did my very first YouTube live the very following Monday, September 1st, 2025. And so I have given YouTube 90 plus days to see how well I like it and how it fits my personality or my tech savviness and all of that stuff. And let me tell you something, honey. YouTube is way more than I can deal with. They have so much information when you do lives. And so to make a long story short, I am returning to TikTok. So Monday, December 8th, 4 a.m., I will be returning to TikTok. Now, I don't deal with trolls or silly questions. My live is only for mature people. Now, what will happen is you will be hidden, removed, or whatever. So my moderators or I will do that. So don't ask silly questions and I don't deal with religion, no Bible stuff, no Jesus stuff, or politics. No politics. They are both man-made, and I want nothing to do with either one of them. Hey, Shells, didn't see you come in. Oh, thank you. So, no Bible stuff, no Jesus stuff, no religion, and no politics. My live is only for mature people. Don't ask me silly questions. I do not, generally speaking, I don't answer questions. I give specific pieces of advice. I call them pillars. So I'll get into that in a short while. So I was just telling y'all that I will be returning to TikTok on Monday, December 8th. I find YouTube to be more confusing. I have to go to one place to see my videos. I have to go to another place to see my posts. And whereas on TikTok, everything that I have is all on one page. You have to scroll through it, but it's all there. So I like that convenience. I'm 81. I don't have time to be trying to learn all the intricacies of social media. I know how to do a live, so that's the important thing to me. And the comments and compliments that I get as a result of doing my lives, they are mind-blowing. I take screenshots of some of the comments, and my moderators take screenshots and send them to me. So the comments that I get, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult Your Life. And the advice that I share, I'm 81 years old or young, And I have been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. Okay. That's a long time. And I know that it works. I follow my own advice. So I know that it works. I live it every single day. Now, I call them pillars of advice because I used to call them pieces of advice that I share with y'all 5 days a week. And so my man, his name is Pap, that's P-A-P. His real name is Fred. My man and I have been together, we have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly, 68 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary this past June 3rd. And so we have been together since we were both 13 years old. And he turned 82 in September, and I'll be 82 in February. I was 81, but I say I'm pushing for 82. So God willing, I'll make it. 82 in February 4th, excuse me. Now I'm going to show y'all some pictures, 2 pictures that show the passage of time in me and Pap's relationship. So now this first one, I'm going to show you 2. This first picture is 1969. We were both 25 years old. Okay. That's Pap and Joyce, 1969, 25 years old. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. The next one I'm going to show you is Pap and Joyce, 80 years old, 2024. This was on our 57th wedding anniversary. Pap and Joyce, 80 years old. Blows my mind too, y'all. It truly does. It blows my mind as well. Now, here you go. Look at this. At the top, Pap and Joyce, 25 years old, 1969. And at the bottom, Pap and Joyce, 80 years old, 2024. Yeah. So I'm very proud of that. That's a major accomplishment. And you ladies know exactly what I'm talking about. So now, and Pap is the reason why I call them pillars. Oh yeah, the people really have mental issues. Now I understand that, and that's not an insult, but there are a lot of people with mental issues out there, and some of them come onto people's lives. Okay, they're just part of the population. Okay, so they're everywhere. But now, as far as these trolls on my live, I'm going to tell you right now, there is no comment that you can put up, nothing that you can put up that would insult me or that would hurt my feelings or would make me feel bad. None of that stuff. I'm 81, honey. All you're doing is showing yourself to be the idiot that you are. And it takes a pathetic idiot to want to deliberately insult somebody, to want to deliberately be cruel to somebody. That's a very pathetic individual. Now, I would hope that you would be trolls on here. So yes, ma'am. Now you see, I was just getting ready to say, I have had trolls apologize to me. Did y'all see that? Young Foles, I think that's what it is. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. So now, you're a better person than that. You understand? I'm talking directly to you now. And I'm talking to all the rest of them would-be trolls out there. I have had trolls apologize to me because there is no comment that you can put up on my live that would insult me, that would hurt my feelings, that would do anything. It's only going to be reflecting on you. I don't care what you have your username as, you know who you are. And remember this: God or the universe or whatever you call your higher power, and no religion is allowed on my lives. I don't deal with Jesus and I don't deal with the Bible. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. So don't come up with my Jesus stuff or the Bible stuff. Don't come up with that, because my moderators will deal with you accordingly. No religion, no politics on my lives. Now back to the trolls. It takes a very pathetic human being. And don't forget, you got to remember something. The universe or God, this is where I was, that's what I was getting ready to tell y'all, sees everything that you do. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power hears everything that you say. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power reads your thoughts. I want to make the universe or God or whatever you call the higher power, I don't care what you call it, I want to make it proud of me. You see? It is very sad, but I said earlier, Honda, I don't know. Hey, Honda, there's a lot of mental illness, and people are going through a lot of drama and trauma and stress and all of that, and they don't know how to handle it. So this is what my lives do. Yes, always be your best self. So this is what my lives do. They show y'all a different way of looking at things, an easier way to look at things about your life. So the 4 pillars, and thanks to Pap, that's what I call them now. Oh, thank you. Pillars of advice that I share. And I do the same 4 pillars every single live that I do. But every single live that I do is different. Now, I want y'all to share the live, because I would like for a whole lot more people to hear that the advice that I share with y'all. That's wonderful. I appreciate that very much. So help me to spread the word. So now here are the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all. When y'all share it, there's no guarantee that I will get more people to hear. Thank you. The advice that I share. But when y'all share it, it opens up the possibility that I will. So that's all I'm asking y'all to do. YouTube says I have 33 people on here. And I would like to see, now it says 31. I would like to see 31 people sharing this live. I would share it with y'all, but the last time I shared it, I had shared it many times before that, successfully. But the last time I shared it, I cut off my live. So I'm scared now, y'all. Hey, Kyle, I ain't gonna share it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to share it. Okay, so I want y'all to share it, and that opens up the possibility that I will be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Now, pillar number 1, I have 4 pillars that I share with y'all. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. I don't just leave you high and dry. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would love, in the upper right-hand corner, it shows how many people are on this live. I would love to see that number rise. And if y'all share it, y'all can watch it rise. See, and I'm watching it too. Don't quote the Bible on my lives. I don't believe in the Bible. Nothing, religion and politics, they are both man-made. So don't come up with Jesus, don't come up with the Bible. That's you and your religion. Keep it to yourself, okay? Or at least keep it to wherever is welcome. So it's not welcome here, okay? Now, my moderators will handle you accordingly. Don't put nothing up there about the Bible and about Jesus or about politics, okay? So, like I said, my moderators will handle you accordingly, or I will. Okay, so now that's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. I told you if you are raising toddlers, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. And it's a real blessing to have a patient toddler. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power when you become angry. And I'll give you an illustration when I get to pillar number 3. Also, throughout my lives, but throughout my pillars, that pillars number 1, 2, 3, and 4. In pillar number 3, I do, I do helpful hand visuals throughout the pillars, okay? But now and Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. I don't make them up. But in pillar number 3, I do 2 helpful hand visuals, and I call them helpful hand visuals because one of my viewers, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. And she was talking about gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I am able to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas. Come on, y'all, keep sharing the live, please. Don't just share it once, just keep sharing it, please, so that I can share this advice with a whole lot more people. So when I shared it, I did the helpful hand visual, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. Now, I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and so this was earlier in the year when I did it. In pillar number 3, I do the 2 helpful hand visuals. And as I was saying, Spirit gives them to me. I don't make them up. And it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. I did it for Pap. It blew his mind. And then it blows my mind too. And I'm sure when I get to pillar number 3, it's going to blow a lot of y'all's minds, or because I do 2 of them in pillar number 3. Then pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, all of that. I call them the uglies. So I will tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. All right, now, pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, y'all. Just 2. That's it. A negative attitude, a positive attitude. There is none other. No other. There is no other. That's it. Choo. That's it. Negative attitude, positive attitude. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. This is what I have observed over my years of living this life. Observe now, y'all. Don't absorb. Observe, look, watch, but don't bring it into your core. Keep it outside, okay? So this is what I have observed. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. What happens is, come on, y'all, share the live. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and you must choose it, you have to actually choose to have a positive attitude. It is not going to come and sit in your lap. It doesn't even know you want it, okay? Until you summon it. And that I'm going to show y'all and tell y'all how you summon a positive attitude. Now, I'm still on the fact that you don't choose to have a negative attitude. But what happens if you don't choose to have a positive attitude? And like I said, a positive attitude is a deliberate choice. A positive attitude is an intentional choice that you make. A positive attitude is an on-purpose choice that you make. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and you have to do it on purpose, intentionally, deliberately, all of that, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it is a default. You absolutely have to choose to have a positive attitude. Come on, y'all, share the live, because I'm telling you, the advice that I share is, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And the advice that I share will do that for you. It will undifficult your life. Now, the 4 pillars, I just described them. I will go into more detail in a few seconds. Now, I like to think that all the people here on my live would like to contribute to making the world a better place. The 4 pillars that I share don't cost you anything to implement in your life. Doesn't cost you 1 cent. And it would help to make the world a better place. Don't you think that with the 4 pillars? Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Don't you think that if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, that the world would be a better place? Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Thanks, Riley. Thank you. Don't you think that if more people learn how to increase their level of patience and learn how to teach patience to their toddlers, that the world would be a better place? Pillar number 3, stay calm. Don't you think that if more people learn the power of staying calm, don't you think that the world would be a better place if they did that? And then pillar number 4, I haven't told you the 4 words yet, but I told you already that remember the 4 words that will immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. Don't you think that if people knew what those 4 words, if more people knew what those 4 words are or were, whatever, that the world would be a better place? That's what I do, y'all. That's what I do. No, it's not. It's not like the 4 agreements. These are custom made. Okay. So now, develop and maintain a positive attitude. That's pillar number 1. There are only 2. You must choose to have a positive attitude. And the way that you choose to have a positive attitude, come on, y'all, share the live. You say it out loud. You write a program and you say it out loud. You write a program and you say it out loud. And here is what you say. Here is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. This is the program that you write and that you say out loud. From now on, thank you, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. It's just that simple, y'all. But you have to mean it from the bottom of your heart. And I'm going to give you a whole lot more advice that will help you to cement it in, okay? So when you say those words out loud, there are people who will tell you just say it in your mind. No, I'm not saying that. You say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that's just one element that you're using. One element that you're using. When you say it out loud, that's 3 elements that you're using. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. So, say it out loud. And here is what you say. I'm going to repeat it. From now on. Now, what that means is, from this point forward, and you can tell people in your circle, your family, friends, colleagues, all of it, say this to them. Don't throw it up in my face, the kind of attitude that I had. If I had a negative attitude yesterday, don't throw it up in my face, because from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So don't throw it up in my face what my attitude was like yesterday. Doesn't count. It doesn't count. That's the past. You can't do anything about it. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit, okay? So that's the past. You can't do anything about it. So just tell them, All people in your circle. From now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So don't throw it up to me what my attitude was like yesterday. It doesn't count. You see? So that's all you got to say. Now, when you say that program out loud, you create a gigantic plug. That's what that program is. It's a gigantic plug. And you plug it into your soul. You plug it into your spirit. And I love to say this. I say it every live that I do. And I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I'm going back to TikTok on Monday, December 8th. So you plug it into your soul and your spirit, and it electrifies you. Honest to goodness, y'all. It electrifies you. It kicks you in the behind and makes you more of a vibrant part of your own life, of your own living. For real, y'all, try it. A positive attitude. I coined this quote many, many lives ago. Like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing them. And here's the quote. To show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Come on, y'all, share the live. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. Which do you prefer? Do you want to continue to suffer consequences, or do you want to start receiving rewards? I can't think of anything good that has come from a negative attitude. I don't think y'all can either. Nothing good comes from having a negative attitude. Now, I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I'm going to show you, that's right, rewards. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. You see, you never really thought about what a negative attitude looks like before, but this is what I do, okay? So now, on the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. 1, 2, 3. This is what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, I'm doing another helpful hand visual, y'all. Okay, so now what this is symbolizing is all the positive forces that are constantly flying through the universe. Constantly, y'all, at all times. But look, watch this. They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you write that program, when you say it out loud, when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, I'm going to show you on the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens, y'all. Now, you see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Did I demonstrate or communicate that helpful hand visual to the point where y'all understood the point? Come on, y'all. Give me some responses. Did I communicate that effectively, that y'all understood the point? Oh, good. See, when you have a negative attitude, all kinds of good stuff flies right past you, right over your head. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Wonderful. Okay. All right, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now, positive attitude, y'all. Like I said, almost nothing. And I say almost nothing But I can't think of a single thing that is good that comes from a negative attitude. So don't invest yourself in having a negative attitude. Drop that negative attitude. And like I said, that program says from now on. So that means you can develop and maintain a positive attitude or start working on it. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means you can start in any minute in your life. You understand? You can do that at any minute in your life. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Then I'm going to read you a list of words that will guide you on your journey, on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, here are the words that are going to help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. Now, these words are like personality traits or personality characteristics, you see. But you can change anytime you want to, like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago. So now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you, but not to worry because you can change that at any minute in your life. Here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret. Share the live, y'all. Greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, holding grudges, holding unforgiveness, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Yes. Now, back up to the first word. The very first word is anger. Are you full of anger? Are you angry? Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? That's negative. How about resentment and holding grudges and holding on to unforgiveness? Do you know people who are full of resentment, who are holding on to grudges, who are holding on to unforgiveness? That is negative. I'm going to move on to lies and dishonesty, but I'll come back up to resentment, holding grudges, and holding unforgiveness. Now, lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who is a liar? Who is dishonest? That's negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges and holding on to unforgiveness. If you are full of resentment, if you hold grudges against other people, and if you hold on to unforgiveness, oh, thank you. You are living in the past. You are living in the past because you're holding on to something. You're carrying something in your spirit that happened. Past tense, y'all. It happened. There is nothing that the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. It happened. It's over and done with. For you to be carrying grudges, for you to be holding on to resentment, for you to be holding on to unforgiveness is working against you. I promise you, it's working against you. Look around you. Anybody that you know is holding on to resentment, and it might be you, grudges, unforgiveness, generally, a lot of them are on pharmaceutical medications. A lot of them don't have great health, and a lot of them are not aging gracefully. That is what holding on all that ugly stuff, that's what I call them, the uglies. That is what holding on to the uglies, will, it can and it will do that to you. You can't hold on to that kind of stuff. That's ugly. You have to forgive them. And people come onto my lives and they say, well, what if it was this? And what if they did? No, honey, That is an absolute. If you are holding resentment, and if you are holding grudges, and if you are holding unforgiveness, you are the one who is being punished, not them. Because I say this, the uglies, that's what I call them, like I said, they only damage the person who holds on to them. Understand? Yes, that's all. They only damage the person who holds on to them. Share the live, y'all. I would love for more people to hear this. It's so simple. My goodness. People are making, that's why my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. Yes. So, and I'm going to tell you how to forgive. Now, people say forgive and forget. Hell no, you don't ever forget. No. Don't get me riled up. Don't be an idiot. You don't ever forget, but you must forgive. You forgive for your own sake. Look around you, like I said. And if you're the one that's on pharmaceutical medications or you're not aging gracefully and you don't have the best health possible, then you need to think about whether or not you're holding on to ugliness, okay? On any level, because it harms you. So you must forgive, but you never ever forget. But forgive does not mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. So that means, but if it happens, that's wonderful. That means there's love and respect in the mix. So that's wonderful. But that's not necessary. So now, I'm 81. And when I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message, email, video calls, none of that kind of stuff. Didn't exist. Now, y'all can use any of those technologies. You see? Use any of those to send them a text message to tell them you forgive them. But now, if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them ever again in your entire life, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Yes, you can. And I got 4 testimonials to prove it to you. In a few minutes, I'll share those. Now, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, it was there when the mess happened to you. No, it's not necessary to let them know they're forgiven. Nope, you can say it out loud to the universe. That's what I'm telling you right now. So now, I always say this as well. Do you know that God or the universe or the higher power sees everything you do right now? Do you know that God or the universe or the higher power, whatever you call it, hears everything that you say right now? Do you know that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power reads your thoughts right now? Now, my having said that, did that shake anybody up to the point where you will think more seriously about what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses. Okay. Oh, good, Aurora. Thank you, Aurora. Come on, anybody else? Okay, come on. Yeah, thanks, Kaz. Give me some responses to the question I asked y'all. Thank you. Thanks, Karen. All right, that's great. Thanks, Pasco. Riley. Okay. Thanks, user. Okay, so good deal. Now, knowing that God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, was there when the mess happened to you, you can say that out loud. And here is what you say out loud to the universe. Ready? Okay, now, universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to say it again. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. Use your hand the way that I used mine. That symbolizes your touching spirit, your touching the universe. Oh, I definitely feel that, Riley. I definitely do. So now, the universe was there. So you say it out loud. I'm going to give y'all 4 testimonials of people who have been on my lives, on my TikTok lives earlier this year, the first, maybe January, February, March, something like that. 4 people. Testimonial number 1. She said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. Testimonial number 2. She said, I forgave myself. And I immediately burst into tears. You can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did or heard what you said. You're not immune. So it was there when you did what you did or said what you said. So you can forgive yourself. Then the third one was a young man. And he said, I forgave and I felt my spirit shift. You see? Now I'm going to come back to the fourth one. Now, the 2 young ladies that immediately burst into tears and the young man who felt his spirit shift, the reason why is because they forgave and I call it an invisible internal burden on your soul when you're carrying resentment, when you're carrying unforgiveness, when you're carrying grudges. I call it an internal invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your blood, on your cells, on your organs, on your entire being. And when you forgive, then it's like the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. And it goes, you see? They sometimes didn't even know that they were carrying it. That's why they burst into tears. That's why he felt his spirit shift, because it was lightened. You see? That's what you must do. You must forgive. Now, the 4th testimonial is a lady by the name of Patricia. And Patricia had been watching my lives. Come on, y'all, share the live. YouTube says I have 70 people on here. And, oh, thank you. And I would love to see 70 people sharing this live. I love to share this live, but I can't. I'm scared, y'all. The last time I tried, I disconnected my live and it just absolutely, oh, you should have seen me. I was a wreck. I hate having to restart my live. So, okay. So now back to it's a pressure release valve. That's what the Shelster calls it. Because when you say you forgive them, oh, honey, you free your soul, you free your spirit. That's what happens. Now, there are a lot of people who insist on holding on to that resentment, who insist on holding on to that unforgiveness, who insist on holding those grudges, keeping it going. They think that they're doing something against them, the other people. I don't know what they think. But at any rate, I can't reach everybody. I'm just blessed and fortunate and thankful that I reach some. And based on, now on TikTok, my username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields. and the number 7. So my moderators do screenshots of some of the comments that I get so many wonderful comments and compliments. And as I do screenshots as well, because Papa's asleep now, but he gets the biggest kick out of when I read the screenshots to him. And the Shelster calls them treats, and they really are treats. People tell me what the advice that I share is doing for them, is doing in their lives. So I was telling y'all that to say, I was talking about Patricia, and she had been watching my lives, and I always talk about resentment and holding grudges. Patricia had been holding a grudge against her mother for, you won't believe how long, okay? Over 40 years. Over 40 years. That's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days. I'm sure her mother thought about her every Mother's Day if she didn't think about her every day. And I'm sure she thought about her mother every Mother's Day if she didn't think about her every day. So Patricia forgave her mother, and this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. She came up as a guest on my TikTok live and shared with all of us what a time they had. And it's on my page, on my TikTok page. My TikTok username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. I'm still on TikTok. And this will be my last, I'll do my last YouTube live this coming Friday, December 5th. This is going to be my last YouTube live. I'm going back to TikTok. I like TikTok lives better. So y'all can come on over to TikTok and follow me there. And it's easier. So no, JJ Fields. Yeah, JJ. 2 J's. JJ Fields 7. So it's easier for me. I'm 81, y'all. I ain't got time to try to figure out all these little intricacies. And there's a whole lot more intricacies to YouTube than to TikTok. I have to go one place to see my videos, one place to see my posts. Whereas on TikTok, everything is right there. I have to go anyplace else. Okay. So, and there's a lot of other reasons too. So, now I told you about Patricia and her mother, and it's on my TikTok page. And when she shared with all of us what a time they had, I got so full. It just warmed my heart tremendously, y'all, to know that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother. That's just wonderful. So forgive, y'all. Don't carry that stuff around. And if you are carrying it around, stop it right now after this live, or even while you're watching this live. Stop it right now. So I don't deal with Jesus, okay? No religion on my lives. I don't deal with Jesus. I don't deal with the Bible. I don't deal with politics. I don't believe in either one. They are all man-made, okay? Jesus, the Bible, and politics, man-made. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. Yes. So, and when you put up a Jesus or a Bible or some kind of stuff about the Bible verses, my moderators are going to delete it. So you wasted your time to put it up there, and I'm not going to read it. You see? So take it someplace where it's welcome. It is not welcome here. And I've had trolls apologize to me on this very live. So if you are thinking about trolling this live, because you ain't trolling me. If you're thinking about trolling this live, don't do it. There is nothing that you can say in your comment that will hurt my feelings, that will insult me, that will do anything to me. All it does, it reflects on you, the dummy that you are, okay? Even when you hide behind a username, you still know who you are. A troll is a very pathetic person, okay? Very pathetic. It takes a pathetic individual to want to deliberately try to hurt somebody's feelings or be cruel to somebody. You're better than that. Act it. Okay, enough of that. So now, forgive. If you're anybody on here is holding on to unforgiveness, yeah, thank you. And all that other stuff, don't do it. It ain't worth it. Life is too short, y'all. That is an old saying, but it's too short to be angry, to be miserable, you know? So, yeah. Now, I give them a chance. And my moderators typically hide them so they can still hear the advice. They really need to hear the advice that I share. A bunch of, ooh, ill-acting people. So, but now don't forget now, y'all, there is such a thing as mental illness, and some of these people have some mental issues. And I'm not saying that to be sarcastic or to down them or anything else. There are legitimate mental issues, okay? So that's why, you don't know what you're dealing with. So yes, they are very immature. But so now I showed y'all what a negative attitude looks like. I read y'all the words to help you identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words to guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here are the words. Joy. I get a big kick out of that every time I read it because it's the first three letters of my name, okay? Peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Okay? Put some of those into your personality, those characteristics. Be more kind. Be more loving. Be more joyful. Be more truthful. Be more honest. Be more compassionate. Have a lot more faith. Okay? Those are all positive things. All right, so now I'm going to tell y'all, this is something I'm going to say. Now, I say this, all my lives, I cover the same 4 pillars. But all my lives are different, okay? So, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Come on, y'all, share the live. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. In the upper right-hand corner, y'all, you can see how many people YouTube says I have on here. It says 37. I would love to see that number rise, y'all. And y'all can help me to see that number rise if y'all will share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So now, you live your life by a ratio. I'm going to explain what a ratio is, but first, I'm going to ask you this question. And I only want responses that say no. Stop doing that, Riley. I'm not there yet. Don't do that. I only want responses that say no. Okay? Now, if you've been on my lives already, then you know what a ratio is. And I don't want you to respond. You already know. I'm only looking for responses that say no. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Okay, that's all right. You didn't know. Do you know? Good. See, the real Camilla, that's it. Thank you. Thanks, Riley. Okay, any more? Any more no's? Come on, any more no's? Don't be silly, y'all. I don't deal with that. I only want mature people on my lives, If you can take all that silliness someplace else. Okay, good. Thank you, Claude. Thank you, Teresa. Okay. Now, a ratio, it's RATIO, is a very simple tool. A very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. You and you alone control your ratio. You can adjust it. You and you alone can adjust it. Now, if you set it too low, you can raise it up higher. If you set it too high, you can lower it down. Okay? Now, my ratio is 80-20. It doesn't belong to me. You can choose 80-20 if that's what's fitting for you. I've had people on my lives that have said 75-25 is their ratio, or 60-40 is their ratio. Okay? Now, mine is 80-20. Anybody can use it. You can set it as your own as well. That means 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy with being in the negative attitude mode. Okay, now back over to the positive. Come on, y'all, share the live. YouTube says now I got 36 people on here. I'll share this advice if I only got 2 on here, but I sure would like to see more. I want to share this advice so that I can help more people to make this world a better place. The 4 pillars will do just that. So now 20%, no, back over to the positive. I already said the 80% positive, 20% negative. Back to the positive. 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is honest, what is considerate, all of that good stuff. And then 20% of the time, I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. But that negative attitude mode can never include 3 things. 3 things, y'all. Thing number 1, it can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Thing number 2, it can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And then number 3 is, thanks to one of my users, one of my viewers rather, her username is Midnight, and she asked me to include tone of voice, and I was happy to do so because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So you cannot have an ugly tone of voice when you speak to somebody. So now, those 3 things: no physical abuse, no verbal abuse, no ugly tone of voice. As long as you don't do those 3 things, you're okay. You can mope, you can sulk, you can do whatever. You can go to sleep, you can do whatever. But you can't hit anybody, you can't cuss anybody out, and you can't be talking down or have an ugly tone of voice when you talk to somebody. See? So, come on, y'all. Now it's going up to 45. I would love to see that number rise. I want to see 100. So, I got over a half an hour left. So, all right. Now, did I explain that ratio? Did I explain the ratio? Come on. Did I explain it so that you can use that? Did that come from my mind? Did it register to your minds? Oh, thank you. Come on. Oh, great. Wonderful. Oh, that's great. That's good. As long as I get some people that that it came through to, I'm fine. I don't try to get 100%. So thank you. I appreciate that. So now that's pillar number one. Let me see here. I'm thinking. If anybody in your family is doing things to disturb your peace, the way that I suggest you handle it is like this. Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace, and that includes your mama, okay? When they do that, you say it to them. I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. They are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that, but you watch them. And you can't cuss them out either when you tell them, okay? So you tell, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace, okay? So watch them after you tell them that. And all of this takes place after you write that program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, okay, after you do that. So you watch them to see if they're going to change their behavior, and they're not obligated to do so. But if they don't, then you are obligated to come back at them and say like this. You know, I told y'all, I love y'all dearly. But I also told y'all that when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Y'all still doing it. It leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. So I give y'all three options. Option one, I have to feed y'all with a long handle spoon. Option two, I have to love y'all from a distance. And option three, I have to stop coming around y'all. You see? So you can come up with another option if you so choose. Now, if it's your mama, good. If it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, she shouldn't be allowed to disturb your peace either. All of this happens after you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's what you say. So now, here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are getting your peace disturbed. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas would say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. You know, stuff like that, okay? Leave her alone. That's mama. When you write that program, when you say those words out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You're up here now. Your mama's still doing it. But you are on a higher frequency. You're not down here anymore. You're up here. You're on a higher frequency. You're on a higher vibration. What your mama is doing doesn't bother you anymore. You are able to look at it and just kind of shake your head, you know? So maybe she'll grow out of it, maybe she won't. But you're okay. You understand? You see, you have to raise your vibration. You have to raise your frequency. And always respect your mother. Let me tell you something. People who don't do, ooh, honey, I've seen 2 or 3 people who have disrespected their mothers, even coming down to physical altercations. And let me tell you, none of them fare well in their lives. So, don't do that. You walk away. That's what you need to do. No, you don't disrespect your mama. That's the one that carried you in her body. She didn't abort you. She birthed you. You know, so if nothing else, and even if you think you got a lousy life, that's a lot of your fault. So stop making lousy decisions and lousy choices. I'll get into that a little bit later too. So now, that's the way you handle people who are disturbing your peace. Okay. Now I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to give y'all a behavior that I don't have. I'm just using it as an illustration. And I'm going to tell y'all the program that you write to overcome the behavior. You can change any behavior that you have. So you can change any behavior that you have. You can't change other people's behaviors, but you can only change your own. I think that's what's wrong with a lot of relationships now. People are trying to change other people's behaviors, excuse me. And that won't work. You can only change your own behavior. Work on you. That's the biggest project you'll ever undertake. Work on you. Now, here is the behavior. I'm going to tell you that I don't have it, but for the sake of presentation, okay? So now, behavior is, I'm going to tell you the behavior, then I'm going to tell you the program that I write to overcome the behavior. So here's the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here's the program that I write to overcome that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes, and the next days, weeks, months, whatever, you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, what that means as far as my ratio is concerned, 80% of the time, remember mine is 80-20. 80% of the time, I eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can go back up to 12 cookies. But 80% of the time, I am going to stick with the program that I wrote, and I'm eating 10 cookies. Come on, y'all, share the live. YouTube says I got 39 people on here now. I would love to see, now it went to 49. Lord have mercy. I would love to see my numbers rise because it just means that I am getting through to more people. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it. Make today a great day. Don't study too hard. Study well. Okay. So, all right. Oh, yeah. So I was on the cookies. So 80% of the time I'll eat 10 cookies. And I may even lower it to 9. Now, I had a young lady on my live who had an eating disorder. And I posted her comment on my TikTok page. And her comment said, I used to eat 6 meals a day, then 5, then 4, now 3. Thanks to her advice. She was talking about advice that I share. So she used it to control an eating disorder. You can use this whatever the program that I gave you the illustration for, you can use it to control any kind of behavior that you have. You can't control other people's behaviors. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay. So you cannot control other people's behaviors. So stop trying if you are. Okay. Now, pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience, but I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, here's what you do. That toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Then do that several times, always with the timer. Stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times, 10 minutes. Stretch it to 15, all the way up to an hour or more. Always use the timer. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. You see? So now Spirit came to me and told me this would be a nice little exercise for you. If you want to learn how to teach yourself how to feel elapsed time, how to feel time, how to feel time, period, how to feel elapsed time. It requires a piece of paper and a pencil. So I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to count to 10 while you go and get the pencil and piece of paper. And it's fun. It's a cute little exercise. I'm going to count to 10. Excuse me. Okay, you ready? On that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now, whatever your time zone is. You don't need to tell me what the time is. Put the paper away, and then whatever, how much longer, it's a long time from now or what, a short time from now, try to guess what time it is at some point in the future. Doesn't matter. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I suggest you go longer than 20 minutes, okay? So try to guess what time it is. And then when you do that several times a day, you'll get better at it. And if you use an alarm clock to get up by, or an alarm period, if you wake up before the alarm goes off, try to guess what time it is. You see? That's all you got to do. And I do this all the time. No pencil and paper necessary, because it becomes a habit. And what you will be doing is you will be zeroing yourself in. You will be zeroing your spirit, your soul in to the passage of time. You will feel that secondhand. For real. I promise. Okay? So now, that's if you are raising toddlers, and I highly recommend this book if you're raising toddlers. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know the rest of the title. But this book is 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Makes a fabulous gift for parents raising toddlers or expectant mothers, okay? And this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. For real, $7.99 makes a wonderful gift. And it's called Mother's Dozen because I say there's 12 in an easy recipe. Recipe suggests there are ingredients. And here are the 12 ingredients. The 12th one is patience. That's why I talk about this book when I talk about pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Now, if you are 10 years old or older, you can increase your own level of patience by writing it out, not writing it, saying it out loud. Writing the program and saying it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. I am learning how to wait. Say it out loud. People around you might say, "Ooh, I'd be interested in how you do that." You spread some positivity, you see? And so now, make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you were fiending for, something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, fabulous. Oh my God. That is really a big deal because you will be victorious. Make yourself wait. You will gain more control over your own self, okay? For real. I think you can see that. All right. So now, that's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. Huge power in your ability to stay calm as opposed to becoming angry. You don't want to become angry. Anger serves no useful purpose. Come on, y'all, share the live. I still have quite a bit of time left on here. Oh, that's really good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, so there's more to come, okay? More to come. Power in staying calm. You lose power when you become angry. I'm going to show you this. Here's what calm looks like. Here's a representation of anger. You see? That get you? When you are angry, you're animated, agitated, aggravated, your face is contorted, your body language is horrible, all of that. You see? Okay. Okay, creeper. What is that? Crepper pepper? Okay. That's funny. So now, stay calm. Now, when I was doing my live, it was a TikTok live earlier this year. Spirit came to me and told me to do these two helpful hand visuals that I'm getting ready to do. This was during my live, okay? Remember that. This is during my life when Spirit told me to use the word neurons too. I had never ever used the word neurons in any of my lives before that one. Spirit told me to use it. I used the word neurons. I knew that neurons were part of the brain. So now, stay with me, y'all. Y'all, stay with me. So during my live, I was saying staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So here's what your neurons are doing when you are calm. They are just communicating with each other. They're passing each other. Okay. Now here's what they do when you become angry. The same neurons, look at this. Angry. You see? So I did that in the live. It blew a lot of the viewers' minds. It blew past mine too. I did it for him. It blew his mind. Blows my mind too. So later on that night, y'all, honest to goodness, here's my hand. Spirit came back to me. I was absolutely flabbergasted. Spirit came back to me and told me, look up what neurons do. You heard? Yeah. Look up what neurons do. So I obeyed. I looked it up. I Googled it. And here's what Google said. Come on, y'all, share the live. The numbers are going up. I want to be able to, I'm only concerned with the numbers because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I would love for my numbers to be in the hundreds, in the thousands, in the tens of thousands, okay? Because I'm convinced that if more people hear this advice, hear these 4 pillars, the world would be a better place if more people hear them and implement them, okay? Yes. So now, back to what neurons do. This is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you cannot think straight when you are angry, when you are totally pissed off, when you are upset. And you can't make good decisions like that. You can't make good choices when you're like that. So remember your neurons, y'all. One of my viewers, her name is Nikki, and she said, it's on my TikTok page. She said she was having a heated discussion with somebody, and she came up as a guest, so you'll see it. It's like the split screen, me on one side and the guest on the other. And she said she was having a heated discussion, and they started over talking her, started getting angry and loud and all of that. And she was standing there wondering what their neurons were doing. And as she started to get angry, she remembered thinking about what her neurons were doing, and she immediately calmed herself down. You see, that's what that thought can do to you. It can throw you into neutral. Okay, for real. That's what your neurons. So remember your neurons when you start to get angry. Think about that. You want them to be doing like this, gliding past each other, communicating with each other. You don't want them to be doing this. You see? Yeah. You see? So think about your neurons, y'all, when you start to get angry. Now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower. Oh, thanks for the sentiment. That's what Honda, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you responded. But I don't celebrate man-made holidays, but I do appreciate the sentiment of the good wishes. No, I don't celebrate what isn't a man-made. I don't care. I don't celebrate Easter. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate the 4th of July. I don't celebrate none of these. I only celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, retirements, stuff like that, but no man-made holidays. I think that man-made holidays are only meant, especially today, they're just commercialized. It's just to spend your money. So no, I choose to keep my money, honey. Oh, no, no, no. So no. Mm-mm. So now, and every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is Christmas. Every day is Easter. Okay? So there. Now, those 4 words. Remember the 4 words. This is pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, all of that. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are. I'm already, okay. Yeah, New Year's isn't man-made. That's just the beginning of the new year. I don't know when the date is actually. Now that's up for question. But I celebrate December 31st. That's the last day of the year. So I celebrate the new year coming in. And I try to get my house together too, so that I don't want all this stuff. That's what the old folks used to do. Now I'm one of the old folks, okay? So I just try to get my house in order, so I don't want the new year to come in with the same mess. Okay? So that's what I do. So now, the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, all of that stuff. This too shall pass. Yep. This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last year. She passed yesterday. Nothing in life is permanent. Nothing. You see? So the next time your mother is chewing you out, or the next time your father is chewing you out, just remember they cannot read your mind. Remember that. And get chewed out, but be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Yeah. You see? And that will get you through probably, I always say this every live that I do, 90% of the ugliness that you are feeling internally. That's what it will do. This too shall pass. You see? Yep. So this too shall pass. Remember that. Now, if you got anything from my live, you can do a video or a post telling people what you got from the live and how you plan to use the advice, or how you plan to use the advice, whatever you want to do. Help me spread the word. If you got something out of it, others probably will too. So just help me spread the word. I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and thanks everybody for the follows, the subscribers, the shares. I appreciate all of it, y'all. And I close my live down with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. If you go to goodshortbooks.com, the link is in my profile. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. And, oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm just glad that y'all get something from it. And this is what makes it worthwhile. I come back. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. It's close to 600 now, probably. But I was telling y'all about goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. Nonfiction, y'all. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. Nice to meet y'all. So now, there are 11 books, nonfiction, in 9 different genres. Here are the genres: memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. I call us the senior sibling authors. My sister, her name is Anita Jones. She's 76. And I'm Joyce Fields, and I'll be 82, God willing, on February 4th. So now, these books, y'all, are flying off the shelves because people are coming on to my lives and they're learning about the books. We've got 3 price categories: $7.99, $9.99, and $12.99. You see? Affordable, extremely affordable. Now this one, My Simple Quotes to Live By, this is the one that I close my lives out with. It's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. Here's the quote. Never lose your hope and faith. Oh, I don't know. I don't have a clue how they do that. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Girard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates, and that's what I said. I don't remember saying it, excuse me, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote. Now I'm going to read y'all a 5-star review from Brian. Here's what he said on his Amazon review. And when you do buy these books and read them, please post your review to Amazon, or you can do a video and tag me as far as reading the books and all of that. And as far as posting about the lives, you can tag me when you do the video or do the post. So that'd help a lot to help spread the word, okay? So I just don't understand what these numbers mean. So now they say I've got 36 people on here. I should have, I don't even know how many people. So, but at any rate, I'm just going to be patient, and the universe will take care of it all. As long as I'm willing to do it, I'm figuring that the doors will open to me. So now here is what Brian said in his 5-star review. This is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have, and Brian has he has all caps and a lot of exclamation marks. That's what he did. Appreciate that. So now this book, I told y'all the first quote that I wrote, that I coined. You don't write quotes, you coined them. Never lose your hope and faith. I didn't know that I was coining a quote. Don't remember doing it. But now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do remember that I was coining a quote, and I remember why I was doing it. This was for a quote contest in 2011 or 13. So I coined the quote, and then I submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12. It was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. One of 12 out of over 5,000 entries, y'all. 5,000 entries, and my quote won is one of 12. So here is the quote. I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. And it's here on my TikTok. It's here on my YouTube. It's on my TikTok. It's on my Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are the ones that I'm on. I don't post faithfully to every last one of them. I post faithfully to TikTok, and I do my lives faithfully to YouTube. But here is this quote that I post to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. Don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, thank you, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. Chase your dream, or dreams in some cases. So now, the way this book is formatted, it's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. The quotes are 2 quotes per page, separated by a black and white picture, and the quotes are in all capital letters, okay? Yeah, so now this book is 90 pages, and this is what's on page 90, y'all, okay? Now I'm going to open up the floor so y'all can throw out page numbers 6 to 89, pages 6 to 89, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page. Okay, Aurora wants page 53. Page 53 at the top. Don't anger at criticism. Calmly critique it. At the bottom of page 53, defeat is an opportunity to create a new strategy. Okay? And you live by those quotes. Teresa wants page 77. At the top of page 77, truth and honesty free your soul, so stop lying. At the bottom of page 77, family is the root of the tree of life. Okay? Now, the real Camilla wants page, Queen BQ wants page 58. Page 58, at the top of page 58, self-examination is good for the soul. Be honest. At the bottom of page 58, if you don't enjoy complainers, don't be one. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, the real Camilla wants page 34. At the top of page 34, you're in deep trouble when you start to believe your own lies. At the bottom of page 34, kindness is contagious. Spread it around. Can you live by those quotes? Okay. Mike wants page 10. At the top of page 10, your brain is contained in your skull, but your mind is not contained anywhere. It's as big as the universe. Use it for good. At the bottom of page 10, good habits, order, and organization make life easier. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 63. 2 people want page 63. Let me see. I'm anxious to see what's on there. Okay, at the top of page 63. If it can't stand a challenge, it can't stand. At the bottom of page 63. If you can't take it, don't dish it out. Can you live by those quotes? Okay. Page 8 for Southern Belle. At the top of page 8, teachers should have the highest pay because they teach us all. At the bottom of page 8, count your blessings. Millions of people would love to trade their problems for yours. Can y'all live by those quotes? Now, this book is very special now I'm still on TikTok, and I'll be returning to do my lives on TikTok and everything else on Monday, December 8th. but I still post to TikTok. I still am getting new followers every day. I have over 50,000 followers, over 52,000 followers on TikTok. And so every Sunday I use this book and I posted 2 subscriber only videos. I would choose a quote from this book. I have 125 subscriber only videos on TikTok. Now, every Sunday I would do 2 subscriber only videos, and I would choose a quote from my simple quotes to live by. I would beautify it, and this is what a beautified quote looks like, y'all. This is, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased a dream. This is beautified. And I would, in the first video, and I would do 2, one following the other one. The first one, I would tell my subscribers why I coined the quote, what the quote means to me, and what it can mean to anybody. And then the second video I would do for my subscribers is I would take the video and do the video in such a way as my subscribers could take a screenshot of the beautified quote, and they can collect them, they can post them, they can share them, they can frame them, they can do whatever they want. But I consider when you subscribe to my TikTok, I wanted to give my subscribers something special. So now I'm not going to do any more. I got 125 of them. So, but they don't play my lives. You know, on YouTube they play the lives, they post the lives, but on TikTok they don't. I do highlights from the lives, but they don't post the lives in their entirety. I can do a highlight, and sometimes they choose a highlight. So that's what I know about TikTok. So, but when you subscribe, if you really love the quotes that I read to you, there's 167 of them in this book that I coined. So now if you love quotes, you will absolutely love being one of my subscribers over on TikTok. And my username on TikTok is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7, JJ Fields 7. Oh yeah, YouTube posts all of the lives that I have done so far. And I'm sure they're going to stay up forevermore. But I'm returning to TikTok. It's easier for me. I'm 81, y'all. I ain't got time for all this stuff. That's reminded me of that girl that say, I ain't got time for it. Remember that years ago, like about maybe 10, 20 years ago? She said, I ain't got time. I think her name was something Brown. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm 81, and I got a man, I got a house, I got I'm a scratch cook, y'all. I cook. I'm getting ready to make a meatloaf for tomorrow, you know. So I cut up the onions, cut up the bell peppers, chop the garlic, all of that stuff, you know. So I love to cook. And Pap says he lives in a 5-star restaurant, and he calls me an incredible cook. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So good. Thank you. Yeah. So that's one thing that I do like about YouTube, but another thing, so every live that I do on YouTube, I have to enter all this information. Okay. So now I want to thank y'all. I thank y'all for joining the live. I thank y'all for sharing the live. I thank y'all for the likes, and for the subscribers. So, yeah. Oh yeah, Pap says he lives in a 5-star restaurant, honey. And I love to cook, y'all. So now 2 of my books have 22 recipes in them. Check out Line of Serenity and The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. That's this one. The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. There's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. 64 pages, which include 22 pages of my own recipes. And the same recipes are in this one, Line of Serenity. That's this one. Line of Serenity. This one is $12.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This is a memoir. It's all about the way that we were raised. And my sister's book is also a memoir. Hers is My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. If you love dogs, you will absolutely love her book. It's 59 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Okay? So, I love when, because sometimes patients come in the clinic at work. Okay, that's good. So now y'all check out the recipes in both of my books. And I love to cook. So thank y'all for joining my live and help me spread the word, y'all. Do a video or a post telling people what you got out of the live or how you're going to use the advice that I share, and help me spread the word, y'all. So thank you very much, and I'll be back tomorrow. Spread the word. Bring somebody with you. Okay. Later, y'all.